my God. Guys, I don't know what's going on, but it just cut me off. I don't know why Instagram did that, but I'm gonna bring Ashley back in. This is fun. I should do this more. Should I do this more? I know I'm getting a hang.
We should come on here more. I think we will.
Okay, here I am, and I can see you
Okay.
next to him. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So let me do it again. This is the newly elected Miss Grambling State University, Ashley Dabney, Gainesville's own 500 Queens original class. Inaugural class 500 Queens. So Dab, I call her Dab. So tell us about this journey to getting to Miss Grambling State.
Where do I start? I guess I'll start in high school. Let me back up. I guess I started middle school. I was not the definition of anyone who would ever be a candidate or even at an HBCU or even a school, college. I was very, I don't even have the words to describe myself because now I look back like you were crazy. But I guess I just really needed those things to happen in my life. I was in alternative school. A lot of people do not know that. I was always doing things. I was just always into something. Like if you can think of something that a child does in high school, I did it. And I actually came from a really good background. Like my mom is amazing, but it was just me. Like I don't know. I wanted something more, so I was just doing stuff. So yes, I was in alternative school, middle school, and then high school. I knew I wanted to change, but you still have like some friends who are kind of like pulling you. So it's just like, oh, well, do I do the wrong thing? But do I do the right thing? I got very involved in high school. I guess that was kind of like my start of, okay, this is the change that I want. So this is what's going to happen.
Right.
I got into and then of course you came into my life. And I got in 500 Queens. And then that's just kind of where life went from there, kind of finding the purpose of, okay, there's more out there and I can do more. And it doesn't take me saying, okay, well, I made those mistakes. People really can learn from those. And sometimes you need that person that has walked a mile in your shoe and not just someone telling you, oh, I understand what you're going to do. And they really don't understand you. So I'm kind of glad. And I look back now like, oh my God, God really used me as that sacrifice to get here. So that's kind of part of the journey that I'm here. It is thanks to you that I'm even at an HBCU because, as we know, that wasn't even on my radar.
It wasn't.
Elected to serve at a major HBCU, and of course I'm biased, but the best of the HBCU land, Grambling State University. So this is just truly a blessing. A blessing.
Your story is so amazing to me because I was there through a good chunk of it. From you playing basketball, my baby, being on our basketball team, but still, I always thought that it was just something about you. And if you ever tapped into it, the sky would be the limit. So I'm glad.
Would tell me that. You always would tell me that. That's really crazy. And it's just happening.
It's happening. Like this is happening. It is happening for you right now. And I love it. I love this moment that you're in. I love this season. And I remember, I don't know if you remember this conversation, but when I found out that you won, it brought tears to my eyes because I remember where you were when you didn't win Miss Freshman.
Freshman class president.
Freshman class president. That's what it was. I remember the space that you were in, and you literally wanted to leave and walk away. And I was just like, don't give up because that means just something's better down the line. But who knew? Miss Grambling, baby, when you go big, honey.
Okay.
You go big. This is amazing. But I want to ask you this. What was the deciding factor for you to go to Grambling? Why Grambling? Because you had some other choices.
Grambling, like our motto is the place where everybody is somebody. And we always say Gram fam. Like if you see me on social media, I'm always Gram fam this, Gram fam that, because that's so true. Like I was in a group message, and I don't know if you remember, but I didn't even tour Grambling at first, and I had made my decision to go to Grambling.
Yeah.
I was in a group message, and everyone really felt like a family. And it's just like I know we went on college tours. We went to Clark, we went to Morehouse, we went to Spelman, we went to Georgia State, we went to all those schools. And nothing's wrong with those schools. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't for me. And I would tell you that, I'd be like, I don't feel the vibe. He was like, no, when you go to a school, you just gonna know. I was like, well, I don't get there here, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And I'm about to graduate, so I need to figure it out. And just being in the group chat, I was just like, oh my God, these people are really my family. Like, we would talk about things, we would argue, and then everybody would be that cool. And so my parents were like, no, you need to go tour that school. You're not about to go away to Louisiana and never have even toured. And I was like, okay, yeah, but I'm still going. So when I did tour, it was actually spring break. So everybody else was in PCB and I was touring Grambling. I literally stepped out the car and I was like, that feeling. This is where I'm supposed to be. So that was really my deciding factor. It really was nothing major or anything crazy. I just knew this is where God was telling me I needed to be.
Right. I remember when you came back from spring break, because the conversation prior to you going, you was like, Miss Williams, I'm going. And I was like, well, you haven't even toured. I was like, are you sure you want to go 8 hours away? I'm going. And I was like, Ash, you need to go really look at the school to see if you like it, see if you like the people. You were so determined to go to Grambling. But I remember talking to all of you guys at the time, like, you're going to have to make certain sacrifices to get some things that you want. But you came back and you came in my classroom and you was just like, I am going to Grambling State University. And I was just like, okay, yes, you are. I couldn't even disagree. I was like, yes, you are. And go do that thing. But you were I knew that you would be okay. I knew that you would be okay because you were so stern in, this is where I'm going. And no matter what, I'm not coming back here. I'm going there. I'm going there. And I love that. I try to, tell our queens all the time that, kind of like follow your path, but don't follow your path, kind of, blaze their own trail. But you set such a trail for them to just kind of mimic a little bit, because the way that you did it from where they came from, it was amazing. And you couldn't have written a better script for you. You just couldn't. You couldn't have. It's like you seized every opportunity. You didn't let one opportunity slip you by.
I applied to everything.
You did. Talk about that for a little bit, because when you talk about it from the place of a student who you didn't know about an HBCU, you didn't. The money wasn't there. So talk about what you did to get the money to do all these things, because you told me about some stuff that I didn't even know.
When you are determined for something, in your spirit that God is telling you to go somewhere, it's just a thing that you're gonna do whatever it takes.
Right.
You hear people say all the time of how their parents literally have like maybe $5, $10, $20, and they make it happen for those schools. And that literally was me. Like, my mom was a single parent. We had just got cartel, and that was a lot, like a newborn baby in the home. My mom was sick and like had health problems. So, and I was like, but no, I need to go to college. Like, I need to do more. Like, I have to be at Grambling. So I just researched, and I was on their website like day and night. I was calling even the admissions office, like, if y'all gotten my stuff, like, are y'all gonna approve me? Like, what am I missing? If I have to take classes, like, just something, like, I need to be there. But I had went on the website and I saw that Grambling offered tuition reimbursement. Sorry, let me back up. They offered you to be able to file for in-state tuition, even if you were an out-of-state student. So I was like, oh my God, that's only like $8,000 a semester. That's not a lot compared to these other schools. So, and then I knew about financial aid because of you. So just different things. And that was like different scholarships. I was applying to the Grambling Alumni Chapter National, the one in Atlanta. There's all kind of resources out there. So I was like day and night on the website. Like, I have to be at Grambling. Like, I know that I'm supposed to be there. So I was applying to those scholarships. I was calling financial aid. Like, I had this waiver. They said I can apply for it because I have the GPA from high school. Can I do it? So that's really how that came apart. And, when God positions you really for a purpose, the money will come. The endorsements will come. All those things will come. And it literally just came. Like, it just came.
Right, because when you came in, you was like, Miss Williams, I can go there for in-state tuition. I was like, Ashley, how you doing that? Like, you talking now? You talking my talk? I was like, how you do that? And I love the fact that you were so committed to wanting more students from Gainesville High School to come to Grambling. And I think
we're still trying to recruit. Them.
And I tell them every year. I want you to know that I'm a huge proponent for them to apply to Grambling State. But talk to me about how it was to leave, because it's you left home. You left and you're 8 to 9 hours away. What was that feeling like to leave for the first time and just be like, okay, I'm doing this?
So I was excited my freshman year. I was like on a high, like, oh my God, I'm going off to school. I'm about to meet new people. I had, mind you, I was friendly. Like I had talked to everybody in the group chat. I had met my roommates, talked to them. I had been to orientations, and I was like Snapchatting people back home at orientation in the summer, like, yo, look at this dance, look at that music.
Right.
Like I was ready. So I was on a high at first. I was very excited. I wanted to get away. Then elections came around for freshmen, and it didn't go in my favor. So I was like doomed. I was like, no, this was supposed to happen. Like I had written this goal down. Like, what, God, what are you doing? Why did you call me here? So I was calling you like, Miss Williams, I want to come home. I was calling my mama. My mama was kind of like, come home. But then she was kind of like, no, you need to stay there. Like, you need to tough it out. But if you really feel like you want to come home, some of my friends, as being a freshman, you make these friends that maybe are not supposed to go with you on your journey the entire time you're in college. So some of my friends weren't like my friends anymore, and I was just like, I can't do this. I'm here alone. They know people. They came with people, or they're from the area. I'm like, I can't do this. I was calling my friends back home. My friends. They'd be like, just come home. Just come home.
Right.
So I came home Christmas, and I like really sat down and talked to my mom, and she was like, no, you got to keep fighting. So my second semester, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna shake back, and that's literally what I did. I became an RA, and then I became involved in other things, and I just kept going from there. But freshman year was hard at first. You're excited, but then reality hits you up. Things don't always work out the way you planned. And then I got to a point where I kind of had to limit how much I was coming home, because much I was coming home, and that really helped me a lot.
Right. I love that. I love it, because I would tell you guys, like, don't come home. Figure it out. Like, figure it out, because once you figure it out, it teaches you something about yourself. It takes that self worthiness and self appreciation to a whole nother level once you learn how to stick and stay in something. So
do it without mama is real. Do it without mama is so real.
Talk about that. Because you have some. I mean, here's the thing: we're on here, and we have these young ladies and young men from all ages and all classifications for high school. So talk about that. What that being away from mama is real like.
So I was an RA. I've been an RA since my second semester. So I've seen it, like, being on that side of kind of like working for the university and also being that student. And I came to Grambling when I was 17. My birthday was actually a couple weeks after registration, but I was 17. But they don't care if you're 16, 14, 25. When you come to an institution, you are officially an adult. Mom and daddy, they just probably need them for financial aid. Other than that, they can't answer any questions. You get in trouble, you need something, unless it's like an emergency. Mom and daddy can't do anything. So I had to like adjust quick, like, because I'm used to my mama doing everything, like helping me, making sure I'm good, waking me up. It was none of that. So it wasn't that hard, because my mom had kind of winged me away slowly from like things I had applied on my own. I had done all my financial aid. She just kind of like, was there a little bit. But and I've seen it, it's very tough for some people, because you want to be grown. Like we say, we're grown. But then when reality hits, you're like, oh, I'm really grown. Like, I'm a broke grown trying to figure out life. So it was kind of challenging. But when you're, like I said, when you're determined, that's just something you just do. You just got to do it.
Right. Let's talk about some of their experiences at Grambling. What you have experienced been, because you are on SGA, right? You've kind of positioned yourself to have some extraordinary experiences. Talk about those and what those have led to. I don't want to tell your business, because I know what you've done, and you know me. I like y'all to brag on yourself. So let's talk about that.
So I came to Grambling, like I said, after freshman year, it was kind of hard, like running that election and then losing. It was hard. Like, reality speaking, it was hard. But I didn't stop. It took some time to really reevaluate myself. I went back to that plan that I had written down of all the things I wanted to accomplish. So the about November, applications came out to be an RA, and I'm like, well, I've never worked for housing. Let me see. So I applied, and of course, I was accepted. So that second semester, I was an RA as a freshman in a freshman dorm. So that was like challenging by itself, because it's like I got to listen to somebody who's my age. But that was really fun. It taught a lot about myself. Like, I really learned a lot about myself being an RA. And you meet a lot of people that maybe are just not those people that are going to go out to parties. They're not at everything. Mm-hmm. They're not at every function. They just literally go to class and go back to their rooms. So I got to meet a lot of people. And then I got involved in the President Student Leadership Initiative. So I was in that and very involved. Then I became Miss NAACP. So that was fun for 2 years. And then election came around again in April. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I ran for sophomore class president. I was elected to serve there. I was like the only female. No, it was one other female. She was a senior class president. So that was fun. I got to travel a lot, and I got to experience my first Bayou Classic. Let me tell you, it's really lit. I was sophomore class president, and then I continued to stay involved in organizations throughout campus. And then my junior year, I was appointed to serve in SGA as the SGA chief of staff to the SGA president. So that really taught me a lot. And in my mind, the whole time, I knew that I wanted to be Miss Grambling. I've always positioned myself. I've always done things, but I really had to really work on me. You know, when you get ready to run for something major, you really have to work on you, because this position will make or break you. In any position that you run for in campus leadership is not easy at all. But it's something you have to be passionate about. So, sophomore year, junior year. So here I am, the 67th Miss Grambling State University. But I've been a lot. I also take advantage of every opportunities that come. I get denied sometimes. Yes, I get denied. But I still apply. I was actually in Thurgood Marshall. That is the Leadership Institute for major HBCUs, any HBCU just about, really, private and public. And you're able to go to a conference in Washington, D.C., everything paid for, flight, clothes, everything paid for. And they have major Fortune 500 companies. And I was actually able to intern this summer with John Deere because of them. So that was a very overwhelming experience. And I'm just grateful, because I never even imagined working for John Deere. Not this little black girl, but it was definitely fun.
John Deere, like, this is major. For those of you who don't know, some of you, John Deere is the lawnmower company.
Yeah.
For to break it down,
biggest tractor company in the world. Yes, I interned for them.
So she's interning for them. That's a huge, huge, huge accomplishment. It's a huge accomplishment. Let me ask you this, actually, because I really want to know this. What did you learn about yourself throughout this process of getting to this point?
I learned a lot. But mainly, you have to take care of you. You can help everybody in the world, but there's going to be things that you really have to deal with. You have to deal with those things from your past that you may not necessarily have hid, but just kind of like put to the side. Okay, I got to take care of somebody else. No, like, you really have to take care of yourself, because it gets hard. And if you don't, you will be in a state where you can't lead anybody else. You can't give that advice, and you can't even be honest with them of what's really going on. And I always told everyone that, like, when people ask me to mentor them or they just reached out, I always wanted to be transparent. I'm still myself. I do a lot. I give a lot. I'm very professional, but I'm still a student. I'm very transparent. I still have the same concerns that you do. You have to be honest with yourself and know your limits and know your boundaries. But most of all, take care of that mental health. Be honest. Go to counseling. Like, I really had to do that. That freshman year, I don't think if I didn't go to counseling, I think I would be at home. But I knew I had to go to counseling. I had to seek that help, because I couldn't do this alone. And you need to be honest that you can't do it alone. And sometimes your parents are not the best people to go to at all, because they're going to tell you sometimes what you want to hear, and they're going to comfort you, and that comfort is not what you need.
You've grown up. You've grown up. Yeah. You're not the same Dab. I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you in just amazement, because you have grown up so much, and only someone who's known you long enough can say, yeah, you've tapped in a little bit. I'm waiting for the moment where you really are able to acknowledge the fact that I'm kind of dope. You know what I mean?
You know what? And I kind of miss this, but just because you're on here, I definitely have to say this. I'm very dope, because I'm a woman of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I just have to let that know, because we have the diva on here.
Oh, but I was gonna bring it up. I mean, but we're in it now. We're
Yes,
in it now. So
I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. So
let's
this is
talk
just
about it.
amazing. I hope Alicia's still on here so she can drop her hearts too. But and I also serve even right now I serve as a chapter president. So this has definitely been an amazing experience.
No. Even though I am a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, you know, y'all went the wrong way. Everybody's
I
entitled
wear
to
my
one
necklace for
mistake.
you. I hope you can see. I wear my necklace for you.
Everybody's entitled to one mistake, but I am proud of you. I am proud of you. Y'all go check out her probate. I forgot which number you are.
No,
you
do not
kind of up there. Y'all go check out her probate. You did well. You did well. I mean, it wasn't a Delta probate, but it's you know, I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it. So talk to me about how it is to go through a process like a Greek process. Talk to me about the Greek aspect of HBCU yard and how being the chapter president, what type of responsibility does that entail?
Being Greek is lit. Like it is lit. Like litty. There's a lot that people see and there's a lot that people don't see that we do. I don't even know where to start. Like being on campus, like at HBC, let me just say that because I definitely feel the vibes when I go to other schools, like especially PWIs. But it's so lit. Like the Greek yard is like you can just be walking around and people are sitting on their plots.
Right.
People are just talking. It's not really like this beef that people be seeing on social media. It's really not like that. Like I have friends who are in other sororities or fraternities. It's really lit, like the step shows, all that. But most of all, the service that we do, like coming together, like especially now in this time, talking to different people about voter registration, how we get people to vote. Just being Greek is so much more. Doing the march, being able to wear your paraphernalia, seeing somebody else like, hey, soror, I cannot believe, like, you know, we're supporting something like this. So being Greek, especially in this time, this day and age, is so essential because our generation needs something like this. People need something to look up to as in a positive way. We don't just step, we don't just stroll, we do service. And we all have things that make a difference in our community, whether it's here, whether it's across the country, wherever it is, we all do something that is impactful.
Right. And I want you guys to know that it's, even though we have this banter about our organizations, it's all in love. Like my best friends are AKAs. They're my best friends in the whole wide world. They're AKAs. My other best friend is a Sigma. So it's just it's a communal banter. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the important issues, all of us, all 9 of us, stand firmly on the same thing. You know, voting.
Yes.
I'm pretty
Make
sure.
y'all get registered to vote.
Get registered to vote. Get registered to vote. Please get registered to vote. I'm pretty sure we'll be rocking for whomever, but get registered to vote. You know what I'm saying? So, but we stand firm on those things, and I just think it's a beautiful thing that you even joined the organization. Period. Considering where you came from, because I was like, I didn't think you. I mean. Because and I wanted to tell you, I want to make sure that I told you this, that God is really doing something amazing in your life. You have a really huge testimony because coming from where you came from, you were supposed to be a statistic. And I thank God that you weren't. I thank God that you did everything in your power to not be a statistic, because based upon where you came from. You know, so that's the beauty of this whole journey. That's why I was like, I want to talk to you. I want to see what's going on. I got to know what's going on with you because I'm so excited for you. And just continue, Ash, to be kind to people, to the least of them. Be kind to them and continue to be transparent. That's the beauty of who you are. That's the beauty of who you are. But I love this moment that you're in. I wish I could come to coronation. I wish I could come coronation. Yes, is it going to be broadcast? Because we can have a watch party.
I think so, but I'm gonna definitely let you know.
Okay, because since I can't come to coronation, I will be at graduation. The loudest person there.
Because this didn't happen in May. 2 degrees. 2 degrees in May. Oh, that's so.
Wait. Yes, 2 degrees in what? What's your major?
Business management and business marketing. So I'm so excited.
So you're getting 2 bachelors.
2 bachelors for the price of 1. Ain't God good?
He did that. What made you choose those 2 majors? Because when you went in, you wanted to be a lawyer.
So listen, we're still on that kick. So listen, at one point I thought I'm gonna be a corporate lawyer. So that's why I was like, let me do business management marketing. There's always something in business. There's always a job. Everything I do, I'm always strategic with what I do. So I went into business management marketing thinking I was going to be a corporate lawyer. Then reality hit, especially with everything going on. Working for a corporate company, while it was an amazing experience, that isn't for me. God definitely wants to be in the legal system. So I just tweeted today that I can finally, after this campaign and after coronation, buckle down on LSAT and really focus on going to law school and being that public defender. So I'm excited. I'm still on this law school kick.
That's huge. That's huge because you changed your major. You was like, I think I want to do business. I think I'll follow your heart. Do whatever it's going to figure. You will figure it out. You would have figured it out. So what I would tell these young people on here that just make a decision. I think your biggest decision was deciding to go. And once you decided to go, you just didn't let anything stop you.
It's not the school. It's not the majors or anything they experience. It's really the push to go. It's really the push to stay there. It's not anything else but to stay there and to go. So really just go. Do it. Go after your heart. And even if you transfer, like I know Jada's on here, she transferred to another HBCU. Bam, you okay. But just go follow your heart. And it's okay that you make changes, but finish strong. Finish strong.
What made you stay?
The people, the experiences, and the people. I make connections wherever I go. So I'm always people and always doing things, but Grambling has really afforded me so much. I had no choice but to stay here and do the same thing that Grambling offered to me for somebody else, and to give those experiences back while I'm still here. A lot of people talk about doing things when you leave. That's great because I'm going to do that too. But while you're here and while you can be a blessing, you need to go ahead and do that. So I go ahead and do that every single day, and that's why I had to stay, because somebody needs me. Somebody needed my story, and they still need it, apparently.
I love it. I love it. Before we wrap up and before we leave here, we'll sit and talk all day, but I know you're busy. You're busy, and plus, child, it's late over this way. What would be, if you had to leave some advice for some of these seniors, graduating seniors, or some of these young people who are in college right now and the difficulties of COVID and all that, and may really haven't found your footing, what advice would you give them?
Don't be afraid to do something new. Don't be afraid to do something that you've never done. Like I said in the beginning, I was a student who was in alternative school. And a lot of people don't know that. Not once, but twice. And look at me now. Your story is what somebody else needs. They need that transparency, and you need that growth. You can still turn up, and you can also still serve. And you need to remember that when you have a purpose, no one can stop that. There are going to be things that happen. There are going to be people who want you to react and be negative. Don't feed into it, because they're going to get theirs. But you have to be the reason why you keep going. You have to remember what you signed up for. You have to remember that you are somebody who is special. And like I said, somebody needs your story. So keep going, keep fighting. Go after your dreams, and also realize everyone isn't going to believe in you. And that's okay, because you need those doubters, because that's what adds fuel to your fire. While you can be upset for maybe 5 minutes, you need to shake back, king or queen, and remember that you have something to go after, and you need to go ahead and chase that dream, because it's not going to be anybody else when you look back like, dang, I really let them stop me, because they're going to be laughing. They're going to be moved on to the next person. So just go after your dreams. And if y'all need anything, I am here.
Oh, this is amazing. I love me some you. Send me a graduation invitation, because I'm definitely going to be there. The loudest one. I'm going to have pots and pans. So just know it's me. It's pots and pans, baby. It's pots and pans. Because this is a monumental moment, and I can't wait to share it with you. I can't wait. I'm going to act up. I'm acting up. I'm going to try to get Marcus to come down. Me and Miss Marcus, we are going to act up. This is amazing. This is huge. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Continue to do well. Continue to keep God first, and be kind, and trust your intuition. Trust yourself. Trust yourself, and never settle to be good, because God created you to be great. Okay.
Amen to that.
Okay. I love you, Dad.
I love you. Thank you for having me. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having
Should we
me.
do this more? Because I never do
I think
this.
you should do like an alumni like Queens Talk. That would be fun because there are other people who are doing great things at their campuses. Trust me, we see it. I'll be on social media, so I definitely think you should do like an alumni Queens thing.
Okay, I'll do. What y'all think? Some of you alumni queens that are in the chat, hit me up on the in DMs. Slide in my DMs.
I hope you do a practice run next time because I see you a little behind. It's okay
Because I don't know nothing about this. Hit me up in the DMs or text me, those of you who have my number, and let me know if this is something you guys want to do. Because I definitely want to know what you guys are doing. Because I'm pretty sure you guys are doing great things, but y'all don't tell me. So I have to sneak on your social media to find out. But but y'all let me know. Call Sydney. Okay, Jada.
Sydney, yes.
Okay, I'll call Sydney.
And Jada definitely can be on there too because Jada can talk about transferring in the experience. So Jada definitely.
I will. We will do this again. What's a good day for y'all? What's the day? Wednesday? Wednesdays are good for me.
You should have to you have to go people's schedule.
I mean, Wednesdays are good for me, so I'm only really going by my own schedule. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out what works for y'all.
But thank you.
Thank you. We love you. Come back and visit us, and don't make it too long. We want to see you. I want to hug on you.
I'll be back Christmas.
Okay, bring me a shirt. I want a Grambling shirt. I'll send you the money.
Okay, I'm gonna get it in pink and green.
No.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Love you.